So I've noticed something in very successful, high-performing athletes. It almost seems like they don't care. That's how they play. They make it look so effortless. You can tell they're not thinking. They're just existing out there. And it looks like they don't care. And in some aspects, they don't. Like they probably don't care too much about winning or losing. They obviously don't care about messing up. They're not scared to make mistakes. They are just purely out there in the flow state. And that makes it look like they don't care. But in reality, they probably care more than most people. But they are so prepared that when it gets to game time, they don't have to think. And I think as athletes, a lot of us, we can prepare a lot better. And the point I want to make is, don't depend on your coach to get you reps. Don't depend on things that are outside of your control. It's very hard for a 2-hour practice to get focused quality reps. And especially if you're not playing that much, if you're not getting playing time, then you gotta take matters into your own hands. And that was something I did. I wasn't starting, I had to beat someone else out, and I wasn't gonna just sit there and complain, oh, I'm not getting enough reps in practice. I wasn't just gonna sit there and be a victim. I took matters into my own hands and I got my own reps outside of practice. And you gotta get creative with this. For whatever sport that you play, you gotta find a way to get reps by yourself. So me as a volleyball player, my best friend became the wall. And I got so many reps that when I got into practice or I actually got a chance in a game, I didn't have to think. I really could just be on autopilot and truly enter the flow state. If you are any kind of athlete, you better be studying the flow state. You better know what the flow state is, and you better know how to enter it yourself. It really helps if during a game or a high pressure situation, you pick something that you can repeatedly turn your focus back on to get out of your head. And for me, that was my breathing. I would turn my focus just to my breathing and essentially block everything else out. And that was like my gateway to entering the present moment. But anyway, that's the first half. Really successful athletes look like they don't care because they are so prepared they don't even have to think. The second thing is they actually don't care to an extent. They are detached from a lot of things that keep us mentally trapped as an athlete. And the number one thing, I know it sounds counterintuitive, and yes, we all want to win, but you can't be so attached to winning that you go out there and you play scared to mess up. You are so scared to lose that you carry all this tension in your body. When we care too much, that's when we start to overthink. That's when we start to hesitate, second guess ourselves. That is the main reason why pressure happens in the first place, because we care too much about winning. When you are in the flow state, it is truly a beautiful thing to experience. In a game, it's really like you lose track of time. The game goes super fast. You probably don't even know what the score is. You don't care about the score. You are just fully in the flow. There is no room to be thinking about anything that happened in the past or anything that may happen in the future. Other things that may cause pressure. You might have a subconscious kind of always going on in the back of your head, a fear of being judged, maybe by a coach, a teammate, a fan, your parents, whatever it is. Attaching your identity to your mistakes is another thing that can cause a lot of pressure. You make one mistake and you let that determine whether you're good or you're bad. And another thing that can cause a lot of pressure, which can happen if we go into a game unprepared, is we start overthinking every little thing instead of just reacting spontaneously. So really, to become a peak performer, I think it's a balance of being very prepared and also not caring, being unattached. So hopefully that helped. Let me know what you think. Let me know if that helped you out.